Alright, let's make a disclaimer. Warning, electricity can shock, burn, and cause fires. This video qualifies no one to deal with these hazards. That out of the way, I'm going to do a demonstration about how to install three-way switch. Three-way switches are what you would use in the hallway when you have a light in the middle of the hallway, and a switch on one side of the hallway, and a switch on the other side of the hallway. And you can use either switch to turn the light on or off. You could also use them in stairs. The bottom of the stairs, the top of the stairs. You want to control a light in the stairs, and you can use the switch in the bottom of the stairs or the top of the stairs to turn the light on and off. So let's get started. Normally, you would turn the circuit breaker off using, you turn the circuit breaker off before you would do work. In this case, I'm going to unplug it for this demonstration, and I'm going to use my multimeter to measure the voltage just to make sure that we're not dealing with 120 volts. So neutral wire, hot wire, lead on the neutral, lead on the hot. And the meter says 0.045 volts, so we are de-energized. So we have our 120 volts coming in, hot wire. This is going to be the common on our first three-way switch. This is a three-way switch. It has a ground terminal, two brass terminals, and a black terminal. The black terminal is for the common. Now when the power comes into the first box, the hot wire is common, neutral wire, ground wire. Then this is a 14-2 wire that comes into the box. So I'm going to use a 14-3 wire as the travelers between boxes. You can imagine this is like a hallway. If it were a hallway, then it could be 100 feet, 50 feet. In the case of this demonstration, it's like a foot. But hypothetically, it could be any length. So, travelers in the box, 14-3, comes with a white wire, which is a neutral. So I'm just going to, tie that with the neutral here. Ground wires, so the grounds will go together. And then what's left over is a red and black wire. These are our travelers. So next I'm going to run a wire, switch leg wire, from our second box to the light fixture. And this will be a 14-2. So switch leg goes from the second box to the light fixture. So I have the 14-3 wire, which is a ground, a neutral, and a black and a red traveler. Then I have the 14-2 switch leg, which is the ground. So I'll put these together. The neutrals, the white wires, those go together. In this switch leg, in this box, the switch leg is our common. Let's just put a little loop in that. So we've identified the wires. In this box, the 120 volt black wire is the common. In this box, the switch leg is the common. And then travelers, neutrals, ground. Let's go ahead and make all these boxes up. Ground everything I can. It's the light fixture box. Just a little ground screw in here. I'll ground it. tuck the ground wire in. Now I have the neutral wire and the switch leg black wire. I'll put hooks in these. Keyless light fixture. On the back we have silver colored screws, brass colored screws. I'm going to put the white wire under the silver screw. And the black wire under the brass screw. And tuck those wires in, put a fixture box, close the fixture under the fixture box. I'm going to use 832s for that. And for our first switch, we'll do the ground wires first. I have a grounding pigtail. So take the two grounding wires and this pigtail, put all three wires together. Use my linemans, give them a few twists. Clean it up a little bit. And wire nut those. And then tuck ground wire in with the pigtail hanging out. Take the neutral wires, there's two of them, twist those together. Clean it up and put a wire nut on them. Tuck that in and put a hook on the ground, put hooks on the travelers, put a hook on the common. Ground wire goes under the green screw. The common goes under the black screw. And the travelers go under the brass screws. Doesn't matter which brass screw, just choose one. So black traveler under that screw and the red traveler under this screw. And then we'll tuck these wires in, taking care that the ground wire doesn't touch any metal that might be energized. Screw this to the box. Cover plate. For the next switch box, get the ground wires, another pigtail, put the pigtail next to the ground wires there, twist them together, clean that end up, wire nut, Tuck that ground wire back, pigtail hanging out, neutral wires. Twist these together. Wire nut. And put hooks in the travelers. Put a hook in the common. Put a hook in our ground pigtail. Ground pigtail goes under the green screw. The common goes under the black screw. And put the black traveler under this screw. Doesn't really matter, but one of the brass screws. And the red traveler under the other brass screw. We'll tuck this switch into the box, taking care that the ground wire doesn't touch these metal screws, which will be energized when we turn the circuit back on. Put a cover plate on there. And finally, LED light bulb. Screw that in. So what's the path that the electrical current will take? It'll come down the black wire, which is on the common screw here, the black screw. It'll go down one of the two travelers, and this switch will control which traveler it goes. And this switch will control which traveler connects with the common screw, which was where our black switch leg is. Our black wire comes to the light bulb, travels through the light bulb, and the current returns back to its source on the neutral wires. So let's test this out. It's off right now, and it works. Doesn't matter which switch you use, they both control the light. One side of the hallway, other side of the hallway, or bottom of the stairs, top of the stairs. It works. That's how it's done.